Hey guys, hey Mark, how's everybody doing? I was getting ready to start the live stream and I realized I didn't have a Coke. Anyway, wearing my Oklahoma City Thunder jersey. My Thunder won the NBA championship the other night. I think the parade's today. All right, guys. Let's see what's up. Had a new video come out this morning at 8 o'clock my time, or 7:45 my time. It's top 5 yield max ETF. So you guys saw the video yesterday. I reshot it last night, made a new thumbnail and stuff. I'm doing the top 5 round hill today, and then I might just do the top 5 other funds that aren't one of those two, and then just try to make that a weekly feature maybe. Well, that's 3 videos I can do every Saturday morning or something that should be easy and fun. And I don't know. I'm just trying to make the station better. All right, guys. All right, so let me make sure I'm sharing the screen so Tom or somebody doesn't have to call me. I appreciate when you guys do call me, though. Let me assure you. But I'm trying to make sure it doesn't happen that much. Okay, so let's look at the SPY. I mean, is that not beautiful? Look at this. Closed on the high yesterday. Okay, pretty much on the high. Then we got this gigantic freaking gap this morning. So what do we do with gaps? So a gap that isn't filled pretty quick, meaning if it doesn't go back to 600 and get under there, by the end of the day, probably good for some bullish action. And the longer it stays, the more bullish it is. But, it might, oh gosh, darn it. Hey, Jackson, what are you doing, bud? Jackson's hungry. I don't have any food. I need to go to the store. I forgot. I was at the store yesterday and I got everything else and forgot to get him food. He eats manically whenever I'm talking, but we'll go here in a second, Jackson. Okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. All right. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, but that's pretty dang good in my book. Of course, my quotes are 15 minutes delayed. Maybe it's even, well, no, actually the SPY's live. The SPY's published live. The quotes for futures are behind. So anyway, all right. Well, this thing looks good. We'll keep an eye on that, but that's definitely a bullish sign, right? I mean, we'll look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's down 35 bips, but it's up from yesterday. That's good. 10 years, 4.3. Perfect. And it's trending downwards. We like to see that, right? All right. What should we look at first? Premium collection's kind of boring. Let's go to the max factor. I think I may have closed the max factor window out. There it is. High yield technical analysis. I was up late again. Story of my life. I put all kinds of new ones in here. I put GIAX, or GIAX, FIAX. And I found a few others that I added in there. Anyway, it's working, which is great. Let's sort it and see what we have this morning. We'll pull up old chart number. Still don't know why that doesn't work right. Chippy Biggie. Let me look at something here. Chippy Biggie. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Okay. Well, the top few haven't changed that much, but this MSFO is coming up in the world. MSFY is still number 1. NFLP looks good. MAGY, Maggie, PLTW, GPTY fell a few spots. Then we have Maxi, TSLP, Carvani, and Chippy. Then behind that we have Biggie, SPUT. That our friend Marcus is a fan of that one. We have Infly, Feppy. Look at old GPIX. That's one that we don't talk about often. It's a boring one, but they don't write options on that. It's a covered call fund from Goldman Sachs. They don't write options on the whole portfolio. It generally gets pretty good upside, but it only pays what, 12, 8, 10, 12%. So but it's not a gigantic payer. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, that's we'll take that, right? We'll darn sure take that. So let's go to the premium collection and just see how the funds did today. let's look at the the daily net premium report. All right. The bottom of his I keep his food in a big plastic Tupperware, not Tupperware, but a big plastic thing like a lot of people keep pet food in. Keep mice out of it and stuff, but we don't have mice in here. But anyway, so last night I finished off his dog food, but there was some crumbs in the bottom of the bowl. I didn't have anything, so so I turned it upside down and gave him about an inch of crumbs. Well, he just licked it clean. All right, Jackson, those crumbs taste good? Yes, sir. We'll go to the store here in a little bit, okay, buddy? Okay, buddy. He's such a good dog. He is such a good dog. All right, let's see what else we have to look at. So let's look at this premium collection stuff. Let's see which fund collected the most premium. Alti did 1.8. Look at all Hui did 2.4, which is based on Robinhood. Misty did $1.3 million. Coney did 3.4. Tesla did 4.2 mil. Nice job, Tesla. And that's Alti from the day before. So since we kind of like Alti, or I kind of like Alti, let's get over here and see if Alti did anything that looks pretty cool. We'll check out the process data. Let's go down and see what Alti's doing. Okay, so they did a lot of stocks. Probably got assigned on a bunch of stuff, and then probably just sold it immediately. There's 1 million shares or something. I wonder what it could be. I bet it supplied APLD. Yep. What do you want? Or maybe not. Anyway, all right. Well, let's look at the biggest, or let's just kind of see what they're doing here. Over here in column G is the trades. They made $313,000 selling Reddit options. Made 121 selling SMCI. They sold some TNA. Now, selling TNA can get you in trouble in a lot of jurisdictions. Maybe not in Las Vegas, but it's not a good idea to sell TNA. All right, or buy it. All right, there's YMAG. So ULTY, gosh, ULTY is a beast. Look at all these trades. The biggest trade of the day for these guys was is that 1.2 or is that? Yeah, Jiminy Criminy. They sold $1.2 million worth of premium in Circle. Okay, let's look at this one. So they sold the 300, but then see that B? They bought the 240 put. They're selling the 300. They received $20 for it. Think about that. That's why they got $1.2 million. They received $20 for it, but then they spent $13 hedging it. I mean, because the hedges were expensive too. So they made the difference, 6 something, right? 6 or 7. That's wonderful. I could put it in the option. I'll put it in option strat, but it's not that big of a deal. All right. Well, speaking of option strat, let's go to option strat and see how the morning show trade did yesterday, or is the afternoon show when it closed on the highs and it made a bullish engulf. I said, I said, we're going to go long here. So, and obviously that was for once I was right. Broken clock's right twice a day. I sure didn't get the USOY trade right, did I? Boy, I got hurt on USOY. We'll look at the model portfolio here in a second too. That USOY trade put the hurt to me. Play for higher prices. Now this thing's up 66%. In real life, you'd probably be rolling it, trying to lock in. So in real life, I would lock in half of that. I would sell it and buy something that cost $115, or let it keep going till the end of the day. But at some point, I would take that. I would try to monetize that baby, and then put it on again. Spend half as much. Put it on for the first. And if we get that end of quarter window dressing, you'll be along for the ride. If we don't, it's a free trade. That's always what I do lots of times when I enter. As soon as I told this to Coach last year in New York, As soon as I enter an option trade, when I'm doing a swing, when I'm doing a long trade, if I buy an option at $1.50, sometimes I'll enter to sell it at 3, put the limit order in right as soon as I enter it, especially on the shorter term options because they hit it pretty quick. Or you want to make sure you get out. So if a person would have done this one yesterday, they bought it for 230. I would have put a limit in at 460, which it doesn't look like it's hit yet, so it's not quite double. But anyway, this one's doing well. This one's doing well, obviously. I mean, buy a call and the market goes up, it does well. The morning show trade of the day was a UVIX long. Maybe between the two of them we'll make money. We'll see. We're going to lose 123 on this one, but we might make 400 or 500 on the other, it looks like. So we'll see. All right. That's usually what I'm trying to do is have trades kind of offset each other. UVIX, there's another UVIX loser. Block trade, MicroStrategies, Iron Condor. What do we even do? I don't even remember that. What was that even for? MicroStrategies, Iron Condor? Oh, it's actually not a bad looking trade. I love those kinds of trades. There's a name for that kind of trade also. You get a $1,400 credit on just $900 worth of loss. Anyway, I think we did this one a long time ago. I was just showing if I was going to do a condor, I do it this way so it doesn't hurt. You don't get penalized for a bullish move. I'm just obsessed with stocks going up. I don't want to get beat by a stock going up or down, but especially up. All right. I should have done that one in real life. That would have been a good one. I always pick the losers in real life. And although the last one I did in real life was Oracle, that was a good one. I'm kind of resting on my laurels on that one. But the couple I did before that were losers. I'm about even right now on those earnings trades. Oh, well. All right. WPTI. I don't really see much interesting here. Let's check out the model portfolio. Model port. Let's see what's going on over there. I haven't looked at oil. I mean, God, it's a good thing that oil position was just a starter. I probably need to be adding as it pulled back if I really want some oil exposure. That's the idea of a starter position. Is it's just a starter in case it pulls back. You can add to it and average down. All right, let's see. I'm not sure if this is okay. There's the latest allocations. Alti's up to 25.77. Well, I need to rebalance pretty soon. Okay, here's my results. Unfortunately, my model's only up 2 basis points where the SPY's killing it today. So let's see what's going on now. ULTY is helping me. It's making me 33 basis points. GDXY is costing me 48 basis points. YQQ is costing me 17 basis points. The gold's killing me today. The gold is absolutely murdering me today, right? Allocations. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does have useful down there. It just the daily results doesn't. Oh, yeah, the daily results has useful. Yeah, useful is costing me 2 basis points also. Thanks, useful. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for freaking nothing. All right, I'm going to come over here and see what you guys are up to. Yeah, I know you have all day. This is your job, right? Not listening to me, but listening to lots of people and trying to figure out what the market's going to do. Current level of the SPY 604.79 real time. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hey, Summit. You're almost 5 minutes. You're only 5 minutes behind. All right, we'll talk to you in 5 minutes then. You added Will today. Okay, let's look at that. That'd be a good one to kind of do a FinViz on real quick. We haven't checked that one in a while. Let's just FinViz that. I'm not as big of a Will fan as other people, but I just think it's a marketing gimmick. I mean, trading options is trading options. It's a great way for beginners to learn how selling options particularly works. You can show them, hey, you can sell this put and you're probably going to end up with the stock. But when you do, then you can sell it. Sometimes you just have to show. So it's a great learning exercise. And also it's great. Let's say you're 25 and you're trying to buy some stock that you want to hold forever. Well, yeah, then do the will. And if you get stuck with the stock, at least you can hold it forever, right? I mean, that's the theory. At my age, I'm just looking for the income. So I financialized the will. I've turned it into the gravy train. Don't have any need for the stock. Even if I get it, I would just, anyway, not crazy about it, but that's fine. It's to each his own. Look, this thing pays 9.7 over a year. So, I mean, heck, what's not to like? I mean, so here's what's not to like though. Let's compare it with another good fund that we know about that pays about that much. Also, I'm thinking JetQ. And I have no idea how they'll do. Oh, I'm sorry. JetQ. Oh yeah, we're supposed to do an earnings trade in Micron today. Somebody requested yesterday. It was somebody. Okay, well, I mean, let's compare Will to Alti. I mean, without dividends reinvested, it's pretty close. That's over a year. Now, Alti paid $9 on a $14 investment, where the Will paid $1 on a $20 investment over the same time frame, basically. But Alti was one hell of a lot more volatile. Look at the pullback. That's the August pullback right there, and this is the April pullback. So yeah, I mean, Alti pays a higher yield, but it's more volatile. It's the story of our life, right? That's just kind of how it works. All right, but yeah, I like that, Marcus. Good luck with that one. I need to make a gravy train video and fully explain the gravy train all the way through. I really like that trade. Hey, SB, how you doing? Trading is your job. Yes, mine too. And I would consider more my job influencing. Trading's trading also. I'm hoping if I do a good job trading or do a good job influencing, I'll have more to trade with also, is the idea. All right, guys. Let's see what else. Have we looked at everything? Let's look at maybe the buffer report, the old-fashioned buffer report. That gives us a pretty good idea of what's going on. Oh, yeah, we're going to look at those Micron. We're going to look at a Micron earnings trade, which I'll probably run a gravy train style on that. What the heck is it? Oh, I don't want that one. I want this one. The GPTY verse. Okay, here's the old index buffer report. Look at old USOY. Boy, USOY, that's just wonderful. Thank you very much, USOY. And also, USOY, I wanted to particularly thank you for catching all of the downside. That's really special. I mean, you could have caught maybe, a little bit less than all of the downside. My Lord. Anyway, can you imagine the same thing? They're just selling covered calls. Can you imagine if you would have bought USO on last Friday and sold a covered call on it? You'd be holding the bag big time. If you bought this, you could also buy USOY, which does the same thing, and you're down 4% today. And you were down, 10% yesterday or something. So it's the same. I mean, you're just trying to buy low and sell high. I saw a really good video yesterday. I don't know the guy's name. He's probably older than me. He's probably in the 60s. Really smart guy. Loves covered calls. I think you guys watch him. He's a sharp dude. I just forget his name. He's in Greece right now. He did a live stream from Greece yesterday. He was explaining to everyone. I don't subscribe to him, but I watched the video. He was explaining to everyone because it's more for beginners, but he's a really, really good teacher. I'll find his name, and hopefully you guys already watch him. But he was explaining covered calls are bullish investments. And so that's the reason I watched it. I thought he was going to show some type of risk reversal or something. No, he's just explaining that when you do a covered call, right, you sell an out-of-the-money call, even though you have a big red on your account when the call goes in the money. He's just explaining how covered calls work. Anyway, but it's a good thing to remind people. A lot of people think covered calls are bearish, and it's easy to confuse. The covered call part is bearish. The two things together, especially if you do it right and use out-of-the-money options, are bullish. All right, that's enough of a rant for this day, but what's up? Look at SVOL. Well, that's wonderful. SVOL and ZVOL. What the heck is going on with that? Well, now look at this. USOY gave me a little bit of buffer now. Thank you. About a 5% buffer. Thanks for nothing. Look at old 5E. and feet outperforming. We have a lot of outperformance today. T-SPY, just not Max's portfolio. Not Max's portfolio because the GDXY. I thought GDXY was on this chart, but I guess it obviously isn't because it'd be down. All right, well, that's great. Yield max buffer. So let's look over here. We got AMZ killing it. And I mean, YBIT catching almost all the upside. GUI catching a lot. XOMO catching more than all the downside. You can't win them all though, right? What's Yagi? Makes sense. I'm under the impression the wheel's main purpose is high yield without it. Okay, well, yeah, true. Everyone's going to tell you their main purpose is without, NAV decay. Yeah. But all of these have it. It's just the div. That's why I did that video yesterday. Even SCHD has NAV decay. It just has so little you don't notice it. But anyway, but they all try to do that. They all try to do that. The worst NAV decayer is people that sell at the money options. NAV decay is not really NAV decay. Part of what people confuse as NAV decay is more like an opportunity loss, in my opinion. So let's look at QYLG. Now these are QYLD, and let's compare QYLD to the QQQs. Okay, so these dumbasses right here at QYLD sell at the money options, but they've been doing it the longest. At the money is the safe. It gives you the highest buffer. There's reasons they do it. They aren't really dumbasses. Some of the smartest guys on the street. But I think when JP Morgan came out and started using the out of the money options, I think that's kind of the new standard. But anyway, so here's QYLD. A lot of people see that and say NAV decay, NAV decay. Well, it's not NAV decay. It's the difference is QYLD pays 12% and the Qs pay nothing. QYLD is riskier. The dividend comes out of the dividend. You're capped all the time. There's a myriad of reasons that happens. It's just important to understand because you could look at QYLG, which only sells options on half the portfolio. And look, it does a lot better. And let's compare QYLG to QYLD. Now, the problem with QYLG is you only make 6%, but this is just how it works. You can have less yield, more return, less yield. It's just the way it works. All right, let's do that Micron trade. But yeah, I hope they are successful. But all I'm trying to say is there's no such thing as no NAV decay. That's like I don't even know what that's like. It's NAV decay is something that comes in everything that pays a dividend, just to differing degrees. Let's do Micron. Any of you guys going to trade Micron? I'll look at this. I need a trade to put on right now. I don't have much on, but also I'm trying to save up for New York. I don't want to get a big loser. And I haven't got my tickets yet for New York. So I may wait till after I come back from New York to start YOLOing options. All right. If I can even go. I also found out I can't find my driver's license. So I'm going to the DPS today and they mail it to you and it takes 14 days, but it really doesn't take that long. So hopefully it'll be here in time for me to go to New York. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm just stressed about all that stuff. All right. So Micron, I love this. Look at all this buffer. 72% chance of profit, and you're giving yourself a freaking 6% buffer. Let's move it down a little bit more. Look at this one. $70 on 229, 740, That's about a third right there. There's 100 on 400. That's fine. That's a fourth. Okay. A standard gravy train trade. You do that twice. You buy one single call. You have to change this to 1. All right. And you put it out at the 1 standard deviation out or wherever this hash mark is. Put it out as far as you dare. You can decide on it. Put it out here and you get a higher credit. You get $204 credit if you put it out there. Put it right here and you don't get any credit, but you get more upside. No free money, just the way it works. It just now I don't like this is $109 on 900. That's not bad, but maybe let's move this in one strike and try to maybe boost it up a little bit. 170 on 1,000, 140 on 800, 285. I think I like this one, 170 on 1,000, about 17%. Still giving yourself a 6.4%. This is just, think of this as a long trade with the 6.4% buffer at expiration on Friday. So you're long Micron, basically. You get a credit of $169.50. Take your wife to dinner. Pay a bill. Do whatever. That's good. That's actually a decent, that's actually not the worst trade at all. So let's save that. And I'll post that for you guys. So this is a bullish earnings trade. Like I always say, don't do this if you think they're going to miss earnings. Don't do it if you aren't bullish on Micron. And also don't do it if you have a better way to do it. There's tons of ways to do it. You could also sell a straddle. You could sell a strangle. You could do a butterfly. Tons of ways to do it. And there's no one right or wrong way. This is just the way I like it because I'm a freak for the upside. I like that unlimited upside. That's why my name's Max Convexity. Right? All right, guys. Well, let me copy that link and I'll give it to you in case anyone wants it. Hope it works out as well as that long yesterday, that long at the end of the day. But who knows? By the end of the day, that long may not be working out. Let's go see if the market's pulling back yet or whatever. Hopefully not. But oh yeah, and I have one other thing to show you related to VIX, but then I'm going to let you go. All right, so let's look at this. We're fine. Everything's still up. NASDAQ's up more than a point. I mean, they dipped their toes into here a little bit. I bet there's buyers here. I guarantee you some people that didn't get in this morning. That's what a lot of people do. And there's a gap. They'll just put a limit order back inside the gap somewhere. So if it gets there, it'll hit them. And, okay, one other thing on VIX. The other day I was talking about the VIX term structure being inverted. I thought I had this open already. I didn't have it. I'll show it to you later. At the end of the day, we're going to look at the VIX term structure. It looks fine. It's coast is cleared for premium selling right now. But I was going to show you guys how we determined that or whatever. Yeah, SVOL is hard to ignore. SVOL is hard to ignore. SPY pulled back a little bit. I expect it to go for the gap fill about 600. Yeah. So if it goes to the gap fill by the end of the day and closes like under it, that to me, that's bearish. That's a reversal. But if it doesn't fill the gap and fills maybe half of it and closes outside of it, that's super bullish. We'll see. We shall see, right? Yeah, but we'll look. I need to do a report on SVOL. I've been saying that for a long time. I need to get off. I just have so much stuff I need to do. Anyway, all right, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm making a video today on the top 5 round hills. It's going to be just like the Yield Max one, but I'm just going to put it out there. And then I'll be on this afternoon. And I'm also going to make an update video on my New York trip sometime today, but we'll talk about that more later. All right, guys. Well, I certainly appreciate all of you guys, and I will. Yeah, and then bounce. I figure, Mark, I know you're a bull like me, but you're looking to buy. In other words, you're trying to validate what I'm saying. You're saying, yeah, if it gets in the gap somewhere, I might get some, or at that point, maybe you would cover a short that you initiated this morning or something, whatever. Yeah, but you're going to cover in some manner. All right, guys, appreciate you all. Have a great afternoon. Morning. I got to go get dog food for Jackson.